Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Darlington. Back here in the B-Fix series. Going to be going out for qualifying here in just a second. Attempt today, SK Modified Fix Series race at Martinsville, and I can say it was nothing other than Martinsville. Was running on the outside, kind of turned down off the wall a little bit to try to contend with somebody. Got into their right rear, got up in the wall, slowed me down. No harm, no foul, other than falling back a little bit. And then got alongside of somebody else who wrecked the car in front of them, which spawned right in front of me. And then in the process of trying to recover, got wrecked by somebody else coming off the wall. So, not a good race. Just putting that behind me, lost my ratings, safety ratings down a couple points or so. But overall, just, sucks. Tried to get that out for you guys, but no big deal. So, we're going to see what we can do here at Darlington. Should be fun. Can only get one lap in. I sat too long talking. No big deal, though. See what we can do. Try to put the car towards the front. Dig on lap 1. We are car number 12, 23 in the field. No Derek Justice this time, but still a decent field, really, for me. I'm struggling badly with this. Normally, I tend to do a little better in this compared to the Truck Series, and I think this week it's the exact opposite. Truck Series felt fairly decent, and aside from the mistakes, and this one I am just mightily struggling in, so we're going to dig, try to get as much as we can out of it here in Q. If I can get anywhere close to a 10th or so off my personal best, I'll be happy with that. Just have not been able to drill either end. Struggled to get enough power through turn 2, and then I've really been struggling with 3 and 4 here. Let's see if we can try to get a little bit of a run out of turn 4. Won't be a terrible lap. I think I should be able to get within that 10th that I was looking for. Half a 10th off of it. That puts us 4th to start. So not a horrific effort for me, especially on one lap. Definitely could have been worse. Wish we could have qualified 5th instead of 4th. Starting on the outside is going to be a bit rough, but I don't know. I don't think we would have gotten to the pole. I think that's 30.042 is pretty quick. I think that would have been better than my optimal was at that point, but clean it up, run maybe a second lap a little bit quicker, probably could have gotten 3rd. So, I won't sit and talk so much next time, but we'll try to make the most of it, get paints refreshed. I did make one setup change to the fix setup, just dropped the offset from, I think it was at plus 10. By default, I went to plus 5. Left the steering ratio and the brake bias the same. Just going to have to really do my best to modulate the brakes as best as I can throughout the run, as well as the throttle. That's going to be the biggest key, is for me to just work on trying to keep it as smooth as I can. And, if we stay green the whole way, might have to start dragging the brake into turn 1 as the race goes on. But it's just going to be waiting to get on the throttle out of turn 2, being smooth out of it, not stabbing it to not break the rear tires free. And then the same thing through 3 and 4, but also not overdriving the entry on 3 and 4. If I overdrive that entry on 3, I'm going to really overheat the right front and wear it out, and then it's just going to get tough to turn center of both ends of the track throughout the rest of the race. So it's going to do what we can. Obviously, top 10 would be a decent finish since I'm car number 12. I don't know if we're going to be able to stay in the top 5. Just see how everybody runs. Probably some quick guys that didn't have as good of a qualifying effort as their pace actually reflects. So may end up falling back some. We'll just try to do what we can, get off to a clean start. Don't really like running side by side here very much, especially when I'm not feeling super confident in my turn 2 exits. I feel like turn 2 is even tougher to get off of side by side compared to turn 4, but we'll try to do what we can. Hopefully we can go green the whole way. Almost did it in the Truck Series.
Stay behind, Royce.
And we'll just try to make the most of it. Have some fun. We'll uncheck the fuel in case we do happen to get a caution and we come in. And we'll just see what we can get out of this. $50 laps, a little bit longer than Truck Series race, but still a fairly quick race overall. Got some quick eyes all around us. 3 to 2 in the front row, 4 to our inside, 8 behind us on the inside. And you got the 14 and the 21 lined up, so they could potentially be like me, be wild cards up in the front. But we'll see what we can do. Try to get just a little bit of heat here in the car, get it back down into second gear. Try to do the best I can to get a good start, but not spin the tires
All right,
as
Jake,
well.
Get ready.
He's off and rolling.
Green, green, green.
Or gets a better start. Pull in front of us, so it allows me to go single file into turn one, which makes me happier. And we got a decent gap back to the 14, so feeling confident that I can just kind of run my line. Lap one, get settled in, get some heat in the tires. I think progressively, as the run goes on, I'll be moving up the track in 3 and 4. Watch for the 4, he gets pretty close to the wall. See the 8 cut way inside of the 14 out of 2. We're just kind of running the same lower line through 3 and 4. 8 works by the 14, he's 7/10 back. We'll see if he starts to gain on me now that he's cleared the 14. Tap the brakes, it felt like I was coming into one a little too hot. There's the getting loose off of turn 2 I was talking about. Just flat out overdrove it off of turn 2. Too much wheel when I got onto the throttle there. So, mistake number 1 cost me about 4/10 or so.
Okay, Jake. The next car.
Although the leader gets into the wall, they're going to be slow. We're going to get by because the 2 kind of pinched the 4 down, and we get a caution. So now we're going to be second. And we've got the 3 who's slow with damage. We'll have to look and see what happened afterwards. I don't know who caused that one, but yeah, I did not have a way to get through the middle of them, but I was not about to chuck up and throw it all the way to the bottom going into turn 1. I felt like that was going to be an even dumber move.
Line up single file behind Royce. We're under caution. It's closed.
I'll be curious to see if the 2 and the 3 go to pit road. I don't know. I mean, made the call in the truck race to stay out, and then it burned me, and we went green the rest of the way. I guess you could do it here in this situation, but I feel like it's going to burn us either way, no matter what we do, whether we come in or we stay out. I don't know.
Pits are open.
It's such a tough call to make. I feel like it's just almost too early to come in. But it looks like you're going to see a lot of guys do it, so maybe this time we'll try it. If it burns me the other way, then, you know, it's what it is. I don't know, we'll do it. We'll come in.
45 miles per
Get
hour.
fuel to try to help loosen it up a little bit. Looks like a bunch of people are staying out, so now I'm gonna pray that this race goes green the rest of the way. I mean, we should likely beat the 3 and the 2 off pit road. They're gonna have required repairs, I'm sure. Looks like about half the field
Box in 5.
at most is coming in. A lot of people staying out.
3, 2, 1. Box now.
We'll end up getting burned on this strategy if we don't go green the rest of the way. And I know I'm using a set of tires early, but try to do what we can. Both the 11 and the 8 beat us off pit road, it's fine. 99's all the way around, I figured that much. Alright, uncheck fuel this time, I don't think we're gonna need it. We'll see where we line up once we come out. Gotta hope we go green all the way. That's the only way this strategy works out.
Yellow. Pits are open.
Like I said, I was done no matter what I did. We were gonna be screwed by fresh tires if we came in and everybody stayed out like they did, we were going to be screwed if we didn't come in by other people taking fresher tires. Back in 16th, it's going to be a tough way to work through the field now, but just have to hope that as the run goes on, you know, we'll have a little bit of fresher tires and we can try to work our way up through. It's just going to be trying to plan the passes as best as I can. Definitely give you guys even more entertainment value. Trying to get some heat in the tire. Take as much advantage as I can on it. Working through the pack is going to be tough, especially, like I said, when I'm not feeling 100% comfortable knowing exactly how to push the car to the limits. But this is when my improvement is made, my skills are shown where they're at. Really early restart. We're going in the middle of 3 and 4. 6 got a good jump on me. He's going to jump to the outside. 17's slow on the inside. We'll get by him. 11 also drops off. We got a wreck up front. See if it brings out a caution. Just looks like it's going to keep everybody slow. 19's coming low. We're going to try to avoid him. 8 gets loose coming out of turn 2. We've got the 3 rocketing up through the field. So he's fresh out of his pit stop. Has repairs still to go. Alright, I don't know if we're going to make any spots off of that start. We're basically 17th coming across the line. 8 gets into the wall on the front stretch. Picked up a couple spots. Watching for the 3, he's going to be going. 2's also behind us going. So we'll see if these 2 are going to tangle again. Try to get the run on the 2. He's slowed up on the inside of us. Wasn't ready to just give him the line. 3's going to be really slow. He's just trying to get all he can out of a damaged car. Trying to get to his inside. He's definitely got enough damage to slow him down. Clear him there. So we'll hope that the 3 and the 2 kind of slow everybody up behind us, build us a little bit of a bubble behind. 19 got loose out of 2 into the wall. 8 gets by him. Traffic is dangerous and there's a caution. Oh, that was not what we needed for this strategy to work out. I think we're up to 13th now. We know we're not coming in this time. Be curious to see if the rest of the field comes in or not, because that'll put us back basically in the same spot if we would have stayed out. I think the wreck had to have happened behind because we didn't see anybody slow. I'm sure the 3 and the 2 will both be coming back in for more repairs. And you see a bunch of people coming in. We are not going to burn our last set of tires this early.
Bro, make up your mind quicker.
Looks like some people deciding very last minute whether or not they were coming into pit road. So we'll see where this puts us. Sorting through the field. Yeah, looks like we should be 6th. Oh, I don't know. I guess better to get the track position now than if we would have stayed out and then came in under this caution. I don't know. It was pretty tough call either way. Definitely some scary people around us at times. I think most of them should be behind us now. And we're not even a quarter of the way done yet.
Pits are open.
Definitely some nerve-wracking moments so far in this race. Been able to avoid trouble, but luck can only last so long. 18 comes to pit road behind us. It's going to allow the 14 to close up behind us. Started the race around him.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
2 and the 3 get all their damage fixed. I still think they're going to be off the pace no matter what, but they're going to be dangerous ones to watch. As the race goes on, if we continue to get a bunch of cautions, because then they will be driving out of their minds trying to get back up through the field. Get the one to go next time by. So we'll be lining back up on the outside. As we got a little bit of experience with that, although the last restart we didn't stay green very long, so not really much to work with there. And on the first one, we got clear of the 14 right away, and then had the other 3 in front get single file, so hopefully we'll be able to get that again. Start of the race, if you remember, the 8 was right behind us on the inside. Now he's going to be just directly to our inside. You got the 4 up front, who's pretty quick. And in second, you got the 16, so got the 16 on our row that I'm kind of worried about, and I'm not sure about the 13 on the inside in front of the 8. I really don't know which lane I'd rather be in right now, honestly. Just gonna have to be very vigilant, keep a big eye out what's gonna happen. Get some heat back in the tires. Just gotta be prepared. Try not to get caught by an early start as well. Did not get going. 8's trying to force his way up. Got the 13 to our inside. He's going to slow way down to fall in behind us, so 8 just dove it in. He gets into our left rear. Wow, that was a very hectic restart going down the front stretch into 1. Gives us a little bit of a bubble. Got half second up to the 6. 3/10 back to the 8. Drove the middle of 3 and 4 there. 6 looked like he might have slid the rear end out a little bit. He's fallen off the 16 and the 4. It's time to settle in and start logging some laps. Not get too high there off of turn 2. Kills the run. 8 catches us big time. 1 car shoots down the track behind. We stay green though. Work off turn 3 a little bit better. 8's definitely quicker than us, at least on the short run.
The lap time was 30.38. The guy ahead has just posted a
catching the 6. Still falling back from the 16 and the 4. They're both checking out. Not that I have anything for them yet. Kind of overdrove turn 3 there a little bit. I think once the 8 tries to make a move, we're just going to let him by. Got a big gap back behind, so no reason to try to contend with him. Rather let him go, and if he can create a hole and I can stay with him, possibly get by the 6 a little quicker than me trying to do it. See if he's going to look. Thought he was going to think about to the inside of turn 3 there. Didn't quite do it this time. Overdrove the entry. See how much we caught up to the 6, but we're going to lose out of 4. Actually, got a little bit of a better run on the 6 that time. Just gonna lift, stay behind him right now. Gonna try to make the pass down the backstretch into 3. Trying to get that run down turn 2. Take the inside going into 3.
He's still there.
Try not to wash up in the 6. He's gonna get the advantage on the outside because I gotta wait to get on the throttle. See him getting the run there on the outside as we go down the backstretch. 8's gonna go make it 3 wide into 1. No, he backs out. Wow, and that causes the 6 to get afraid and back all the way out, so the 8 ends up picking up a spot on the 6, but that move gave me a heart attack if he was gonna do that. Alright, now he's gonna get on by us. He gets the run off of 2.
Still there.
Just gonna get him on by.
Inside clear.
So back to 4th. Short-lived in 3rd, that's fine. 14 and the 5 are both trying to work up towards the 6.
P4, that lap was a 31.55.
Like I said, I'm just gonna settle in. Try to run as clean a laps as I can, keep the tires in check temperature-wise. 30 to go right now. Don't think we have the pace to keep up with the 8, but never know if he's going to overdrive it as well. Almost 2 seconds up to the 4 already. 6 really held us up.
13.85.
6 really holds everybody up that time. 2's made his way all the way back to 7th now. So yeah, top 5 I think is going to be really tough. I think we're looking probably more like an 8th or a 9th place finish, depending on if this stays green or not.
That was a 13.79.
But we're just going to keep digging. I think we're almost to the point where I'm going to start dragging the brakes into turn 1. Feel like it's just pushing the car up a little too high. 16 trying to look to the inside of the 4 for the lead going into 3. So 16 with some good pace early on here. I'm going to rotate myself there in the middle of 3 and 4 on the throttle too hard. 5's working to the inside of the 6 down the front stretch.
That lap time was 31.06.
16 still trying to work to the inside of the 4. Try to get the run down the backstretch, not quite there yet. 8's closing the gap up. 5 does work by the 6. 6 has fallen all the way back. It's both the 2 and the 14 have cleared him. So we're really going to have to be vigilant of how quickly they close the gap to us. 9/10 of a second back right now. We're starting to pull back away from the 16. Trying to be a little bit smoother with the throttle off of turn 2. Start working it up a little bit higher in 3 and 4.
Okay, Jake.
So it looks like we're starting to catch up to the 4 and the 16. 4 might have backed the pace off a little bit. Like I said, I expect the 5 and the 2 to be here fairly quickly. Unless they're really overworking the tires trying to get here. 16 has a bad 3 and 4. Wow, they picked up like 3/10 that time through 3 and 4. So they're going to be here in a hurry. 16 gets into the wall there in the middle of 1 and 2. Slows him up a little bit. 8's really hounding him now. Force pulled away from us a little bit. Gap's still about 1.5 seconds though. Push it up in the middle of 3 and 4. And we get a caution. Well, I got a feeling everybody's coming in for the last set of tires. I think you're nuts if you try to stay out at this point. You're only going to have about 20 laps left. Question becomes, do I want to take fuel or do I want to... If we'll take fuel, we'll try to loosen it up because I prefer the looser feeling to start. Alright, so shorter run, it's going to be all about pace and not... It's going to be pushing it harder, so see what we can do. Field stacks up getting in, it's going to be really slow entry.
Is pitting. Clocks in 1900 and
5 behind's yelling, which I understand, but the 16 and the 4. Kind of slowed it up. Big goal is not to overshoot the box. Otherwise I'm going to be losing spots, and gotta try to keep as much track position as I can.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Not the best entry, but didn't overshoot it. So if I was going to miss, I'd rather do that. They beat us last time out. We'll see if that happens again. Looks like we're going to come out fourth. And everybody in the top 6, top 7 basically stays the same order. 91.98 for the 6. .92, so pretty happy with that. Staying fairly balanced. We're gonna have less than 20 to go once we get the green, so it's gonna feel like a sprint. The 5-2, they're gonna be pushing hard. Yeah, top 5, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think I have the short run pace to stay ahead of everybody, nor do I have the wherewithal to push the car that hard to stay in front, and guys are gonna be going crazy off the restart. The only thing I can hope for is that the 8 pulls one of his 3 wide nuts, moves ahead of us, clears something open for us, and we can try to sneak by and take advantage of it. Just the 5 and the 2, the pace they were catching me, they're going to be so quick. Always forget to check that. See what we can do. Looks like the 6 is somebody we're working by. Yeah, top 10, like I said, still gonna be the goal if we can. Don't know if we're gonna be able to stay top 5. I will certainly give it my best effort. We're getting the green with 19 to go. Hopefully this is our last yellow. Nobody's gonna be coming in at this point unless they have damage. Everybody should be out of tires. I think the whole field has now made 2 stops. Six should get later on the pace car. There we go. We'll try to do, like I said, what I can. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. Got a lot of quick drivers behind that have a lot more talent than I do. These are the moments where I find out what I'm made of. Can I stay in front of them? I try to do the best I can to drive it 100%, not step over the limits, but push it as far as I can. Like I said, if I fall back out, as long as I can stay inside the top 10, I'll be happy with that. I know I started 4th, and I always try to finish near, a spot or 2 within where I started or ahead of it, but sometimes you just got to recognize you probably out-qualified what your pace was, especially when I'm better here on long runs than I am on short runs. Let's see if the 4 is going to try to get an early jump. 16's in front of him, so there we go. There goes the 5 to the bottom. Here in 3 wide already. Yeah, that's what I figured was going to happen off the start. I just had to stop. 14's working our inside. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get. He backs out. Thank you to him for giving me some room out of turn 2. 5 gets himself loose out of turn 2. Not going to be able to get to his inside though going into 3. Inside line got a better start in the 5. Just got aggressive like he needed to. I overdrive turn 3 and 4 there. Back to 5th. No big deal. Better restart than I expected. Figured I'd be losing 2 or 3 more spots than that. Let's just try to stay ahead of the 14, not get loose off of turn 2. Because we know we were able to stay ahead of the 14 off the initial start of the race. And let the 2 and the 3 duke things out between themselves. Assume they're smart enough not to have any more issues, but you never know.
The leader has just done 30.20.
Trying to dig and get all I can. See if I can hang with the 5. 8, 16, and 4 have all pulled away. Well, really, the 4 and the 16 have pulled away, kind of like they did off the last restart. 8's trying to chase them down. 5's just not quite as quick as the 8 in the short run. 14's doing a really good job hanging with us, though.
3-0. It's your best lap in this session. P5.
14 gets a really good run there off of turn 2. I tried to get the throttle a little bit earlier, got a bit loose. 5's probably the slowest out of the 3 of us. Only thing I can hope for is that the 14 starts falling off. He kind of overdrove turn 3 there a little bit. 2's trying to recover, work his way up. 3's falling back just a little bit. So 2's going to start putting the pressure on the 14 here, going into turn 1. 8's almost to the back bumper of the 16 now. To go next time by. Feel like I'm still overdriving the entry to turn 3. See the 5 kind of gain on me in the center of 3, and then really pulls off of turn 4. About 3/10 back to the 14. Darlington always provides excitement. Love this track here on iRacing. I love it in real life. 16 making a move for the lead. Working the inside of the 4. 8's going to try to take advantage of it, see if he can get to the inside of the 4 as well. 2 gets by the 14. We're still side by side, but the 2 should clear the 14 into 1. It's a half second back. We'll see how quickly he gets to us.
Consistency. Keep it up.
Only thing I can hope for is that before the end of the run, I can try to get by the 5. Maybe squeak out a top 5 if the 14 or the 3 doesn't get here. We're still able to hold off the 16. Half second back to the 2 still. About half second separates 6th, 7th, and 8th. Kind of over-rotated there in the middle of 1 and 2. Allowed the 5 to pull away slightly. Still about 2/10 ahead. I overshot turn 3 there. I'll lose a ton of time. Get loose there off of 4 as well. Lose a 10th to the 2. Lap 40. Get a better run. 2 is still catching us. I don't think there's going to be any reason to battle him. I'm not just going to pull over and let him by, but if he gets his way to the inside, it's better to just let him go. He's so much quicker than me. 10 to go now. And if I want any shot at the 5, I can't lose time to him. Or I just need to lose the minimum. Overdrove 2 there. Really cost myself a ton of time. Here comes the 2. Now is going to be his move into 3.
1 car inside.
I'm just going to back out.
Keep it together. Hold your line.
No reason to contend with him.
He's still in.
Hold to the outside here. I'm going to go side by side. I'm technically costing myself time to the 14. Let the 2 go here in turn 1. Try to get back on the throttle, and just as I do that, we get a caution. So probably should have fought him and been able to stay 5th and have the inside for the restart, but nothing I can do. This race is not playing out in the way that I wanted it to by any means.
Pace car's out.
We're going to end up having a probably like 4 or 5 lap shootout to the finish. Try to save fuel just to keep some weight in the rear end, hope keep the car a little bit looser through the corners. Oh, our shot for a top 5 is going to be getting the 2 by us and then trying to work our way back towards the 5, because I think the 2 is going to have a pretty good shot at getting by the 5. So that's probably out the window. Don't think anybody's seriously coming to pit road.
The leader.
Yeah,
ours,
I was gonna
is
say,
pitting.
there's no way any of them are coming to pit road. None of them were gonna have tires. Although it looks like the Ford did come to pit road. Must have stayed out all the time. So he's gonna have a lot of the field to work through in a short amount of time. Possible, yes. Likely, yeah, not. It's gonna give us a shot at the top 5 again.
No, I just took one set.
So he was one of the only drivers that had a set left.
Those front guys, they hadn't pit yet.
So he's gonna be
Well,
hoping
that's 28.
this goes green as quickly as possible. So he has the most amount of laps to try to work through the field. We'll see where he's going to come back out. It's not looking like it's as far back as I wanted it to be.
I probably should have stayed out, but I don't know.
Let's see, we got 19 on the lead lap right
Yeah,
now.
he'll be quite a bit faster, but it's like there's so
See.
many people who pit the first time.
Let's hear the Ford talking about exactly what
and the
I was
second time,
thinking.
so you're gonna be
That
what position in like 14.
he's going to have a lot of the field come through in a short amount of time.
Pits are open.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Get my first start on the inside this time. I don't know if I have anything for any of the cars in front, but just try to get a decent start, pull away from the 14 and the 3. Honestly, I think we were on pace with them once we got the 2 by us. So we'll just try to do the best I can to get a clean start. We're not going to have a ton of laps left. We're only going to have 4 to go when we get the restart, so just got to hold on and pray. This is going to be my best shot at a top 5. And if I slip up or somebody's just faster, try to get them by as quickly as possible, keep myself in the top 10 so that I don't get turned or get in the wall or anything like that that could cost me a ton of positions.
The
See
track
where the
temperature's
Ford is
decreasing.
at.
It's now
Looks like he is back in
110
14th, so
Fahrenheit.
still 19 on the lead lap. He's gonna have a big advantage. He's probably going to be, you know, a second lap or so faster, but it's gonna be a matter of can he get through that many cars in 4 laps and not have another caution come out. As caution comes out, we go green, white, checker. Looks like he has a less green flag time to work with. The safety rating side of me says go green, white, checker, so I can get a few extra corners in with no incidents and drop it down, but I don't know if my anxiety and stress level can take it. I'm gonna have a hard enough time hanging on to it right
Okay,
here.
Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
And we're gonna have the 16 controlling the restart, although he's not been all that slow. I mean, he throws an attack on the 4 every time off the restart. So with the 4 being on older tires, you know, he was fighting pretty well. We're gonna have the 3 directly behind us. The 14's gonna be to our outside. 8's definitely going to be motoring off the start. 2's going to try to work the outside. 5's probably going to get aggressive, try to look to the inside of the 16. So I just need to be prepared for all the moves these guys can take to see where contact could happen, to try to be able to avoid it the best way possible and not lose too much track position.
He's gonna get 7 of them, and there's gonna be a caution.
We'll see what we can do.
49, and he's gonna get another 2 laps to attempt.
You can do it.
Alright, get back in second, get ready to go here. Just gonna try to do what we can, see where the 16 decides to go. He's off and rolling. There goes the 5. Like I thought, working the inside, outside line just did not get a run. 2 cuts in front of us, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna sit here, try to work my way into turn 1. Just keep it here in front of the 14. 14 drives it in hard. Is he gonna get into the wall? No, but he's gonna lift a little bit sooner to get into 2. Should be able to stay in front of him. He gets loose off of 2, builds us a little bit of a gap behind. 5 working to the outside of the 8. Looks like he clears the 8 in the middle of 3 and 4. 2's trying to work to the inside of the 8. Got a good battle up front. 3's now working to the inside of the 14 going into turn 1. Probably am entering a lot slower into 1 than I need to, but I got no shot at these guys up front. I'd rather lay back, be able to avoid a wreck. Trying to keep myself here in 5th. We're gonna get 2 to go this time by. Just not getting a good run out. 14 got loose there out of turn 4. 3's again going back to the inside.
2 laps remaining.
Looks like the 3's going to clear him, kind of shuffles up the 14 up the track. Get loose there in the center of 1 and 2.
Alright, Jake, push down. Catch up here.
2's still working all over the back of the 8. White flag this time by. We see this. It's going to bend if we get a wreck. Wow, stepped on the throttle too hard there out of 4. Lose time. Thankfully got a big gap back to the 3. 14 stalled him out, so I did exactly what I needed it to do. Try to hang on to 5th. Had no shot any of the front 4. Just trying to hang on to 5th. 16's going to get a really good run if he can hang on to it. He's got a big gap ahead of the 4. 4 slams into, or excuse me, the 5 slams into the wall. Not enough though to bring him down. Really slow out of 4, but we grab a top 5. Wow, I did not expect that. We had some big moments there that could have easily ended our race. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Darlington never ceases to amaze. Nice win, 16. Great drive up there. So that was fun, to say the least. I want to take a look at everything. No point looking at the tires. They were short run and it was going to beat them up more. So let's take a look at the start, see everything that happened. So we got a clean restart, or clean start off the beginning. Inside just jumped. 7's going to drive in on the 16, slides up in front of him in turn 3. A little bit of contact there. Does anything happen? Nothing happens up there. 15's on the inside of the 10. 10 drags the walls. Looks like the 5 gets loose off of turn 4. Kind of stacks everybody up there. Here's what's going to happen between the 2 and the 3. Netcode. Netcode there too just got to the inside of the 3. Caused netcode. I came flying in along with the 8 behind me. That's why I couldn't check up too hard, but I didn't really have anywhere else to go. The 4 had to stop big time behind the 2. So we've got under caution here. Everybody trying to decide whether or not to go. 18 gets in the back of the 6. And then the 9. I don't know what he's showing up for. Alright, 1's on the outside. Just drills the wall. Gets into the 5, gets into the wall again. 21 gets into him. 19 gets into him. So he's slow there. That's where we worked by. He toes. 2's trying to work the bottom. Goes flying around the 17. Tiny bit of drag with the wall. He comes flying up behind us. Clears the 9. You can see us just up ahead. Here's the 8 and 3. Just with a light wall drag there out of turn 4. Might have even been netcode. 6 gets the wall there out of turn 4. 9 just drives up into the 7 there, although the 7 did not give the 9 very much room into turn 1. So the 9 gets the 18. The 18 somehow keeps it straight, tries to get in front of the 7, ends up getting loose, so the 7 gets the run off of turn 2. And the 18 is going to keep continuing to get loose, so the 15 tries to find his way around him and then drives straight into the right rear of the 18 and turns around on the backstretch. Yeah, that's rough there. Like, that was not as bad of a closure rate, and I don't know. That one's rough, so under caution. So here we go off the restart. This is where the 8 goes to look 3 wide. 13 comes down to block him, so and the 13 backs out. And then the 8, that's where he clipped our left rear, so let's rewind that and see if that was on me. I think what it was I was taking my normal line. I didn't realize the 8 was going to be right there, so I don't know. I probably should have stayed a bit higher, but 8 threw it in. 22 gets loose off the 2, kind of shoves the 2 down a hair. And make contact, nope. 13's running back in. 6 gets the wall hard. 20's going to get the wall out of 4. He gets loose in a little bit of netcode. 13's on the outside of the 10, kind of turns down into the 10, gets bumped. 19 gets into the back of him. 20 again going to get That time an actual wall hit out of 4. There's no question about that one. 15 gets loose off of turn 2, trying to catch it, gets in the outside retaining wall, then gets the 11. Goes around on the back stretch. There's where he gets the 11, goes for the spin. 11's down low, trying to work his way back up onto the track. 17. Tiny bit of a drag on the safer barrier into 3. Gets the run on the outside of the 14. Drags the wall there on the front stretch. 14 just slows down a little more and gets run into by the 22. 6 drags the wall a tiny bit off of 4. 2x2, 19, 13, 18 just overdrives 1, gets into the wall. He's working back here. 6 and 5 again. 6 gonna overdrive 1, gets into the wall. This is what he fell back. 22 and 3 both worked by him, and then he just kind of gets, I don't know if he got the right front or the right rear of the 3, but he gets into the 10 coming down. Definitely should not have cut down that hard out of 2. 2's gonna barely touch the wall, if anything. Middle of 1 and 2. 18 gonna get the wall out of 2. Yeah, decent shot, slows him down. 23 gets into his back end. When somebody's following you behind and they get in the wall in front, it's so hard to stay off of them, honestly. 16 with a tiny light wall drag, if anything. 8 net coating the wall there, that's all that is. 18 gets low out of 2, 4-wheel slide up into the wall again, going sideways, that brings out the caution. Alright, now we're under green. Green-white checker. Now I think this is, sorry, the second to last restart. 22 gets in the wall. 16 gonna get the wall out of turn 2. Net code. 23, 22, slow in front of the 7, they get into each other. It's gonna bring out our last caution. Wall. 11 wall out of 2. Yep. 23 running up high there. Gonna get the wall. Didn't cut down early enough. 10 gonna get the wall out of 4. Yep. 23. 19's getting the run into 3. 19 just gets into the left row. The 23 sends him around. I don't think the 23 really deviated his line too much. Guessing that's what brought out the last caution. 3 dragging the wall. This is up ahead for the battle for the lead. Alright, now we're on the final restart. Here's where the 14 gets into the wall in the middle of 3 and 4. That's going to allow the 3 to try to get a run on the inside. That's what gave me that gap. Here's the 4 trying to work his way up through the field. 23 just again going to enter too high into turn 1. Gets into the wall. 8 trying to battle with the 5. That code, if anything. 11 on the inside of the 23. Drives it in. Just puts the 23 into the wall. 19 working hard on the outside 6 right in front of him. Maybe a little bit of contact with the back end of the 6, but touches the wall as well. 22, 13 going to go side by side into 1. 22 just going to drive up into the wall. That was the 13 by him. I'm going to send it in hard. That's where we saw him get into the wall. He was just going full send, trying to get the 16 there in 3 and 4. And that's the end. 16 going to burn it down. Alright. And a Polish victory lap for him. So, decent run. Pretty fun. Like I said, pretty intense. So, we'll take a look at the results. 33-77 strength of field. So, not a bad split. Like I said, definitely can get stronger fields in this, but not too bad overall. Decent safety rating gain, 0.21, and decent I rating gain, 72. So I think that puts me at the highest point I've been, 31-32. We were certainly not the fastest car on the track by any means. You can see a lot of guys all around us able to turn faster individual laps, and I turned that one after we made that final pit stop as well. So just kind of avoided trouble really was the big key for me. Just avoiding trouble and trying to keep the car as smooth as I could off the corners. I think We probably would have been like a 5th or a 6th place car had we stayed green after that second caution when everybody else came in the pits. So I don't know, probably break even. Got some good experience trying to push it on the short run, although obviously it was nowhere near as fast as the 4 in front of us. So I got the benefit of the 14 stalling out the 3, which is what allowed us to stay in 5th. Otherwise, we might have finished 6th or 7th, honestly, depending on how that last restart shook out. So did the most we could with it. Had a lot of fun. Got out of it without. I don't even think I made contact with the wall at all. So that's a rare occasion. It means either I didn't drive it hard enough or I was never close enough to the wall. But it was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Love to hear from you guys, and probably run the NIS fixed again here. Have some more fun with it next gen at Darlington. I haven't gotten to run those yet here, so let me try that out this week as well. But until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.